Hello and welcome to another Grown Up Braxton video. This past week I've had the opportunity to sit back and watch a video by Willie D live titled Corona Breakups and Divorces on a Rise.
This is just a small clip from Willie D live. You guys are welcome to go over to his channel and watch the full clip.
What's up, family? Question: how are you getting along with your significant other during the COVID-19 lockdown? I spoke with a friend of mine who is a family lawyer, and she said the phone is ringing off the hook. They want out. Everybody want out. Men want out. Women want out. The dog want out. Everybody want out. What is going on, fam?
Now, initially when I watched this video, I was a little shocked. I'm thinking, okay, we've only been in this pandemic for 2 going on 3 months, maybe 2.5 months. And I don't want to downplay how people are impacted during that short period of time. However, for marriages and relationships to be impacted in such a way where people are making lifetime decisions in 2.5 to 2 months is a little disturbing. But anyway, Willie D had some very valid points that he made to help keep marriages and relationships together. So in this video, I'm going to just share with you some of the points that I think would help marriages as well. But to look at what Willie D said, one of the points that he made, or let me back up, one of the questions that he asked was, what type of foundation was their marriages built on or relationships built on anyway? And I have to agree, you know, looking at the foundation, we should think about the foundation our marriages and relationships were built on. But then he also gave some reasons why the relationships and marriages are on a rise, or the breakups are on a rise. And one of the reasons was people let themselves go. And then another reason was we stopped practicing love languages. And I'll talk about that a little later in the video. But then Willie also gave some suggestions. And one of the suggestions was, and this is one of the ones that I really like, invest in your marriage and not work on it, or invest in your relationship and not work on it, because marriages and relationships are both investments. So I really did like that point. And then last but not least, another suggestion was have pet peeve talks. Now, we all have those little things that irk us or that just sends us skyrocketing, you know, that touches our emotions in a way that that really gets us going. However, the pet peeve talks are important. You should have those talks while you're dating, while you're in your marriage, and throughout life, because your pet peeves can change throughout the relationship. So those are just some of the reasons and suggestions that Willie D gave, and I did like that. My concern is the time frame. Why in such a short time frame are we seeing marriages and divorces on a rise? One thing I did not hear were the statistics on how many marriages and relationships were impacted by this. Now, it could be a few, it could be many, you know, but regardless, one is too many when we talk about marriages and families who are impacted, and the impact that they will feel because of the separation or the divorce and so forth. My husband and I will be celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary. May 25th will be our 25th wedding anniversary. And has marriage been easy? Absolutely not. When we speak about marriage and we give advice, one thing you need to understand is that we can't generalize our advice. Because, or let me say it this way, we have to generalize our advice. Not that we don't generalize our advice, we have to generalize it. So in this video, I'm going to talk to the couples who want to stay married, who are struggling but have no idea how to get through this time. So I can't speak on a broad topic about marriage because it won't fit everyone. But today we're going to just take a moment and just look at where we are as of May 2020 with marriages. And one thing I realize in marriages, and my take on why the divorce and breakups are on a rise, is because couples have actually forgotten what the purpose and the power of their marriage is. They've also forgotten how to position their marriage. And what I mean by those, I'm going to back up and I'm going to explain each one. When you think about the purpose of your marriage, what brought you two together? When you first said, I do, or I will date you, or when you looked into each other's eyes, what was your purpose for coming together? What is your purpose, not only intimately, physically, or even emotionally, but what is your purpose spiritually? How do you all connect in that way? Because once the love is gone, and I'm just thinking about a song in my head, After the Love is Gone. Even though the love doesn't go anywhere, I believe it still is an underlying, it sits there dormant in a sense, and you have to wake it back up. You have to give it that purpose to get back out there and start acting again, to start reliving again. And I think when you go back and say to your significant other, your spouse, your boo, if you will, why did we get married? What brought us together? And did we lose sight of that? Because couples forget about the power of marriage. Marriage is a powerful union. The Bible talks about how two are better than one, because when one falls, the other one is there to pick the other one up. And we forget about the power that we have as a unit. Too many people in marriages, or too many marriages, sometimes couples think that when they get married, they lose their identity. And that could be the furthest thing from the truth. You can never lose your identity because you are made individually. So everyone is an individual human being. So when you think about the power of your marriage, think about what you can impact, how you can impact your community, your schools, the church, your workplace, anything. Coming together and building a business and so forth. The power that you will have that one can't do, but two can do. And I'm very big on position. I often tell my family, my husband, they'll hear me say, we need to position ourselves. How you need to stay in position, always ready to be able to make any move that you need to make. And marriages, I believe, when we don't position ourselves, we put ourselves in a place where we can always, the economy can dictate how our outcome will be. So I'm just giving a brief overview of these, but I will go into detail one by one in another video, just doing some bullet points on purpose, power, and position in marriages. And I'll give more key points, like I said, and I'll get into more detail. But I just wanted to leave you with something to think about, how you are positioned in your marriage. Think about the power that you two have. You ever watch, I remember growing up as a kid, and we watched Wonder Twin Powers, the Super Friends. There you go, Super Friends. Wonder Twin Powers activate. When you have those two who come together, who connect, the powers are limitless. And we'll talk again about purpose. Purpose in the marriage is your foundation, actually. It is the foundation in why you've chosen the person that you've chosen to be with, to spend the rest of your life with, to get out here and conquer life with, to win, to become that power couple with. Become that power couple in society. So you see on Instagram, Facebook, and all the social media sites, so many marriage and relationship videos and conferences and so forth. So I would recommend that you go to some. If you can't make it, then maybe reach out, send an email, see how you can maybe purchase some books or any type of products that they have that would help your marriage. And that's what Willie D means by investing. I believe he means by investing in your marriage. Put some time, put some work into it. The same way if your car breaks down, you'll work on your car to get it back up and running. So definitely take some time during this COVID pandemic and see how you can invest in your marriage. See how you can go back and look at your purpose. Look and see the power. And then I think when you revisit that, the power that you all have, the difference that you'll make in life and that you can make in someone else's life, I believe that will help shine a light on where you are and hopefully bring you back together and positioning yourselves again. So as I said before, I would definitely go back into these 3 points, but I am going to add another one. Too many marriages are putting themselves out there too early. They'll go to the altar and then the next day, all their business is on social media for everyone to see. I used to explain to couples that I would talk to, a mentor or give advice to, is that your game is too weak to be out on the field. There's no way in the world you should be out on that field playing football or just playing any type of games. You need to be on the sideline, strengthening your marriages, learning the plays. When you think about the NFL, their game plan is never shared with the opposing team. Because if it were, they'll never win. And when you put your business out on social media, you're sharing your business with the opposing teams. And then you wonder why you don't win in your marriage. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. Hopefully you've gained something from this video. And hopefully you'll take some time to go watch Willie D live as well. His video, Corona Breakups and Divorces on a Rise. And I do pray that you're not a part of that epidemic during this pandemic. I do pray that your marriage is healthy, that you are staying whole. If you have any questions or if you need to talk to me personally, feel free to reach out to me. I don't mind praying with you and for your marriage. I don't even mind giving some advice from my standpoint and experience being married for 25 years. So this is me, Tynesha Braxton, just saying to you all that I pray God's strength over your life, over your marriage, over your families, because they need you to be strong as well. Take some time, separate yourselves, and go apart and just have that one-on-one talk. revisit, look at your old photo albums. As a matter of fact, I just had some printed through Google Photos. I just had some pictures printed about a week ago. I ordered some just so that we could sit down and look at some photos, not on our phones, but actual photo albums. I actually ordered photo books, and this is one of them that I will share. But this is our Happy Holidays. I just had this ordered, and it just has a few of our photos from Christmas and our grandkids and so forth. So take some time, revisit life, revisit where you started in the beginning. God created heaven and earth. Write your beginning. Go back to the beginning. So until the next video, I pray that you are safe and that you stay safe, that your family is safe, and that you all are in good health. So we'll see you on the next Growing Up Braxton video.